Hi. All right, guys, welcome to our kind of impromptu, I suppose, team call for January 8th, 2021. Oh my goodness. So this is our first team call of the year. And this one's kind of special for me because I wanted to celebrate all of you guys. It didn't start out that way. It just so happened that I got a call this week to share some news, which you guys already know, but I thought, you know what, I had already kind of planned on doing a team call, so we may as well kick it off with a little bit of a celebration. So you guys all know from my live that I did get a call from corporate this week to officially announce that we are a 2021 Premier team, you guys. I couldn't be more proud to share that news with all of you, because whether you believe it or not, or think it or not, each one of you had a role to play in that. And I want you to celebrate that yourselves, because you might not quite understand how the leadership rankings work and how you earn points or how you move up the leadership ladder. But just know that everything that you guys have done throughout the year really did play a role in some way, shape, or form in getting our team to that spot. Because it's not just rank advancement, it's not just Success Club points, it's volume, it's, you know, hitting Success Starter, there's a whole bunch of things that go into not only making us a premier team, but also making us number 29 in Canada and 276 in the network of over 400,000 coaches. Like, that blows my mind. You guys, never in a million years would I ever think that I could run a team that could reach this kind of level, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so I wanted you guys to toast yourselves too. I mean, it's easy to say cheers to me, but you guys owe yourself a congratulations. So please cheers yourself, because you guys worked hard too. So cheers to all of you. You guys, yeah, you guys deserve this just as much as I do. I would love nothing more than for you guys to get a call like that, because it's pretty incredible. This company, the recognition that they give to the people within the company. I mean, forget about the recognition that you get from myself or from, you know, Jaron Shalene or, you know, Jamie and Kim or whoever, but the recognition that the company gives you when you reach these milestones in your business is pretty amazing. And you know, I didn't think that I could be here. So if you're sitting here and thinking there's no way, just put that right out of your mind, because there is a way. And it's just a matter of just sticking with it and just, you know, doing the things that you're doing, but believing that you are capable of so much more. So thank you guys for sticking with me, for, you know, joining the coach who may have brought you on, because you're not all my personally sponsored coaches, and just kind of pushing when you need to push and just contributing in whatever way you do. So I really appreciate all of you guys. So I wanted to kick it off with that, because I want you guys to feel proud.
Well, we wouldn't have been able to do without you, Tara.
I love all of you guys. Like, I hope you guys know that you all hold such a special place. And when I show up every day, it's just as much for you guys as it is for myself. So, you know, when I show up in the business and when I'm pushing, and it's because you guys keep me pushing. Like, I could cry. So, know your value. Know your value, guys, because you have a ton of it. So, thank you. Okay. I don't want to cry anymore. I wanted to open it up to you guys because despite like all the good stuff that happens, the business can be frustrating at times. It can be trying at times. It can lead you to want to be like, why did I agree to do this? at times, believe me, and I wanted to be open with you guys, I have that all the time. I almost quit in the summertime. Like, message Jer and Shalene, like, almost legitimately almost quit in the summertime after, my 6-week 4-star qualification is hard. It is not easy to push through a qualification. 1-star qualification was tough, but it was my 1-star was Dave. My first diamond was Dave, and he made me 1-star. So I was running my own account, so it was all on me. But when I was trying to help 3 other leaders maintain their diamond for 6 weeks, and Kiara will know, I think Kiara will know because she was in that 6-week qual, it was stressful. And it wasn't just stressful for me, but it was stressful for the ladies who were also trying to hold it because they knew what it meant too. So it's tough. Those moments are tough. And it was trying, and I almost quit. And I'm so glad that I didn't. I'm so glad that I didn't. But I wanted to, like, open it up. If you have anything to share, whether it's, something that you're proud of or something that you're struggling with, or because I think it's important as a team that we go through our struggles and our celebrations and all of that kind of stuff together so that we never feel at any time like we're alone in this. Like, that's the last thing I want you to feel. And I want you to know that, my inbox is always open. And that, the ladies that do inbox me know that sometimes at 4:30 in the morning. Yeah, I love you, Kiana. But they know that I'm there. Like, I sat with Kiana on the phone for through our call. It was like what, midnight or something? Like, it was like down to the wire because I know it's important to you guys. So I'm here for you guys, but I want you guys to all know that we're kind of all here for each other. So if you have anything you want to share, like, don't be shy. This is totally judgment free, and it's okay to feel the feels, whether they're positive, negative, both. Like, I want everyone to know that we all go through it, and maybe that'll help you kind of realize that even the ones that seem to be doing well all the time, they go through all the crap too. So if you have something you want to share, if not, I'll just talk the entire time. But if you have something that you want to share, you can unmute yourself and share. Share.
Well, this whole experience has been so much fun. I know this past maybe like 2 or 3 weeks I've been kind of MIA just with everything going on with the dog and just kind of reevaluating things a little bit. But no, I'm so appreciative of this team. I think there's 3 of you I don't know yet. So hi, I'm Emily. But the ones that I do know, like all of you have helped me so much since March in so many different ways. So I so appreciate all, like Kata, we did a 30-day breakaway together. Carmelina, you've helped me like it's so much in this past 2-3 months that we've been in this group chat together, and it's been so great getting to know you. Like Julia, you've supported me in so many different ways, just from social media as well as in other business ways. So I so appreciate you. And Marie, we got to like talk from the beginning, right? And we got to kind of help each other get started. And Yolanda, like I get to see, I know we don't get to talk that much, but I get to see your sweaty selfies all the time, and you don't know that you encouraged me to hit play as well. So I really appreciate that. And then I think I first saw you wearing, I think it was the Movati t-shirt, or yeah, and then that's how I connected with you, and not even knowing it, right? So it's huge. Like just keep doing you, because you don't know how you're helping people just by being you. So I've really appreciated this team in so many different ways, just to bring me back into understanding why I'm here, and reground myself and know that I have an amazing community of women who I've never met in person, but it's so great to be able to connect with you guys here when needed.
Oh, thank you, Emily. I love that. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, when Emily first started, she did she ended up doing a live, and it was super vulnerable. Or do you remember that one, Emily? It was super vulnerable. And so Emily is here, but the majority of her family is in Ottawa. And so I know that this community initially helped her through a lot when the pandemic happened and you couldn't see anybody. So thank you for sharing that, Emily, because that, that's what this is all about. It's about creating a community for people who might not otherwise have a community. And and it's just been such a pleasure to see you grow and just kind of go through the stages. I reached out to Emily after I saw her because she was going to be doing a live for Movati, and like she was so nervous, so nervous. And now look at you, like you're like talking in your stories like it's nothing. I live to watch the growth in each and every one of you guys. Oh my gosh. I just remember back to the way you were back in March and you're like completely different person now.
I swear to God, I went on my first live and I like panic mode and I went beet red and I was like, holy shit, what am I doing? And I turned it off and I was like, like I just made a whole fool of myself live on Instagram. I'm never doing this again. And it was you guys who talked me up to trying it again. And I'm so glad I did because I probably wouldn't be here.
Yeah, and you like your confidence levels like have grown so much.
Guys, I didn't have data a year ago on my phone. I never had data. I was not a social media person. I would never put myself in this vulnerable state. So now I'm like, and Josh gets mad at me.
Yeah, Dave laughs at me all the time too, but it's all good. Oh, I love it. Anybody else want to share an experience, positive or negative? Like open up if you want to share.
I'll share. Posting in the morning, like getting organized and thinking of what you're going to talk about. And some days I'm like, I don't even know if people are listening to me. Like, because people can, click your story and just go on, and that's fine. But then it's the days that I don't post, and they'll be like, "Where are you this morning? I'm waiting for your post." And I'm like, "My God, you're actually really reaching out to people." And I've messaged so many like moms my age or even other people a little bit older and whatnot, and they're like, "You're just really relatable." And you don't realize, like, even sometimes you might think, "I don't know what to talk about today." You could talk about anything, and people will listen because it's almost like they would totally be willing to do it too, but they just don't have that push that to put themselves out there. So when they see women like us showing up in our, like this, not putting, like, I have no makeup on right now, looking real. That's what people really like to see. And it's not to say that, if you do doll yourself up, they're not looking at you, but they connect with realness. So waking up in the morning, I'm showing up for the team because I want everyone to know that we're all capable of doing it. And I've told Tara that so many times, like, I truly love this because I know we can do it. I know I can do it. And even on days where I'm like, I'm not feeling it today, just push through because I think Tara, I can't remember who said it on one of the calls. You there's no like two good days in a row or whatever it might be, however the saying goes, and it's so true. But the days that you feel in it, just go with it because you never know who you're touching and who you're impacting. So that's what I love about this business. And I know, like, being in the limelight, it's kind of funny saying that, being in the limelight and putting yourself out there, people are watching. And not that you have to watch what you say, but you do have to watch what you say because it might, you don't want to offend anyone, clearly, but you're helping people. So I don't know, I just love it. I love being part of these groups. I love hearing each and every one of your stories because each of us have a story, but the nice thing is we connect with the workouts and the community. So, and yeah, Tara, thank you so much. You're always here when I message you and I see you're reading it. I'm like, oh, this was an early one.
Oh, yes. I love it. So Kiara's story, guys, like I worked on Kiara forever. She's had so much, you would never know it, but she had so much self-doubt, so much self-doubt. Um, and she came from another team. Like I just reached out to her because you never know if somebody's joined Beachbody. And she's like, I already do it. And I'm like, oh, okay, sorry. I'm sure you got a great group. And she's like, yeah, I have a group. But I don't know, something just kept telling me to keep reaching out because she wasn't sticking with her workout. So I just like with zero intention of bringing her over to my team. I think I pushed her back to her own coach a few times. Um, but she needed some guidance and she really wanted to coach, but she was holding herself back. She had a lot of fear and self-doubt and guilt. And so I'm just so grateful that one, you transferred over to my team, but to finally said yes to coaching. because I've seen you shine so much and just let go a lot of the heaviness that was sitting on your shoulders, that you had to show up to be a certain kind of person. And so much of that is gone. And you're really stepping into who you are without fear or like fear of judgment. That was big for you. And so I'm so proud of you. Oh my gosh. I'm like I don't know if you can see, but like my cheeks are all red because I'm just like, I'm so happy right now. Um, anybody else want to share? Oh my God, I love this. I could just talk forever. Well, you guys know I could talk forever. No.
I'll share something.
Okay.
First of all, I just want to say I love all of you because like in some way, shape, or form, you guys have all like impacted my life. And I just think you're all amazing and I love you all dearly. So thank you so much. I'm so proud and happy to be part of such an amazing team with such great leadership. I will share something that I find super frustrating about this business is that like, just when you think you get like the hang of it, or it's like everything kind of seems to be like perfectly in a row. And then it's like, wait, I got to think about that now. And then like this, and like that person's going inactive. And then like, there's just so many things happening all at once. So I just find that can be frustrating sometimes, just when you think you get into a groove, but you know, you learn and you grow and you adjust, and feel like so many of us have grown over the last like we've really grown as a team and as women, like in such a crazy time in the world, which is pretty amazing because I'm watching a lot of other people really suffer and struggle. So it's so amazing that we can all show up in such a difficult time and share our story and get people to join us. And I love watching each and every one of you. So thank you.
Thanks, Carm. Thank you for sharing something that's frustrating, because I'm sure that you guys have all experienced some sort of frustration with the business, whether it's being ghosted or the no's, or yeah, like the trying to manage your back office once you've started to grow a team and doing so well one month, and then the next month it's like, what? like I hit SC30 last month, and this month I can't even hit SC10. I felt all of those, by the way, FYI, every single one of those over the course of the past 2.5 years. And it's frustrating. It can be frustrating for sure. So thank you for sharing that, Carm, but for sharing what you love most about it. And I think that's what you go back to in those frustrating moments, right? Is that, okay, yep, this month sucked and it was frustrating and I got into my own head, but next month is a new month and we have the opportunity to help people that are struggling through this time, right? Like, I know, again, this is another one of those times for me, just like after my brother passed, where relying on you guys to keep me going every day over the past week and a half with dealing with this stupid virus, it really has kept me going. And I've posted about that a couple times actually this week, just because it's very like fresh on my mind that it would have been easy for me to just say, I'm just not doing it this week. Like, I'm just not doing it. Cheers over there, Kiara.
Mike wants to cheers you. I'm gonna take this out so they can hear you.
Uh-huh.
Can you hear now?
Hey, Mike.
Sarah hit a very, very big milestone, so we're cheersing you, okay? It's apple juice. Apple juice, Michaela.
Can they hear it? Can they hear it?
Okay, yeah.
Oh, Michaela's cheersing too. I love it.
Cheers, Sarah. Congratulations. Go Buffalo Bills tomorrow.
Okay, but I'm going to correct you, Kiara, because I didn't hit it. We hit it. We hit it. We hit it.
Well done. Sorry, go ahead.
That was awesome. But yeah, so remembering that for me, like showing up would have been hard, except for you guys all keep me going. Like you really do. I want to show up for you guys. Like I want to show up for me, but it's gone beyond that for me now. And everything that I did for the business this week, like literally everything put a smile on my face, even when it was hard. Like I got lots of no's this week. I got tons of ghosts this week, but it didn't matter to me because I was just happy to I don't know, I was just happy to be doing it. And um my 9 to 5, like my job as a lawyer, was so draining this week and so demanding and so negative and so like it was not uplifting at all. There was nothing uplifting about it. And guys, I settled a file for a client for a massive amount of money. That should have made me happy. I should have been proud of that, but I wasn't. I wasn't. And it was like, I don't know if you watched my stories, but literally we were wrapping up the mediation and there were about 20 minutes left, and I got the message from corporate to say, do you have a second for a call? And I was like, I know what this is and I can't jump on this call right now, and that really sucks. But that's what made me smile, not the fact that like I just got my client a crap ton of money. It just did nothing for me. So same with the the workshop on Wednesday. I was exhausted. That day was really tough. My work day that day was really tough, and I was in tears more than once. But then as soon as I knew like that I had to jump on that workshop, it's like I had this newfound energy. I was able to calm the coughing. There were no coughing fits. And I had spoken to my doctor, who said, you need to slow down. And I was like, I hear you, but I need to slow down in the areas where I'm not feeling joy. So yeah, this business this week has kept me going, and wanting to be present for all of you and wanting to help you build your businesses if that's where you want to go. I'm like so lit up in terms of where I know that you guys can all go if you allow yourselves to go there. Because I've been in each and every one of your shoes, like every single one. You could probably say 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 things about this business, and I'd be like, yep, been there. Yep, been there. Yep. So if honestly, I'm not a unicorn, if I can do it, every single one of you can. You really can if you really believe that it's a possibility. That's where the shift happened for me, is when I really believed it was a possibility. And I really started to talk to people about the opportunity in this business. And I really believed that I could lead people. And trust me, I doubt myself all the time. Like literally all the time. I'm always like, I'm the worst leader ever. I can't help this person get to this goal, or I can't help this person reach this goal, or I can't. And that plays in my head so often, so often. But all I can do is show up, just like all you can do is show up. And all I can do is believe that I'm being the best leader that I can be. And I want you guys to all empower yourselves to believe that too.
For me,
Emily, I love that you raised your hand. I love you.
sorry, please. For me, I find a challenging balance in a way. I feel like I get sometimes pulled in two different directions, because when I say I'm a coach, join my team, that to me means I have a responsibility for the people that join my team, and I have a responsibility to keep them motivated. And how am I going to do that? Right. And that to me takes time and effort and energy, where then I'm like, oh shit, I have to, sorry for swearing. I have to reach a goal. I have to hit my SC, and then I'm like sidetracked, and then I'm like, oh wait, but then I have to make sure everyone's checking in. So to me, I'm like, I find I go one way or the other way, and then if I go towards more of the selling aspect of it, then I feel guilty for not spending more time and energy with my team. So I find like right now I've just put the selling aside, and I've focused in on my team, and I've seen so much more accountability and so many more sweaty selfies, and I've created challenges for the group, and like we're coming together as a team more, and I find that's bringing me so much more joy. And all, like I think I have 5 or 6 participants who have bought 9-week control freak accessory bundles. So it's like, you know what, I can still get money from my members, but in a positive way, because you know what, I've worked for it. I've given them my heart and soul. So I don't mind like helping them go further in this, where I find I get more reward internally from helping them than the selling part. But I know I have to get, so I guess all what I'm trying to say is, how do you make that balance?
Yeah, no, that's totally legitimate. I love that you asked that question. Um, for me, it's kind of like if I'm doing one, I'm doing all. And you have to have that mindset, right? So if I'm enrolling somebody with a challenge pack, I'm bringing them into the community that I'm building, which is incredible. And I've built that. And I want people to experience that and be a part of it. And if I'm not sharing it, I'm being selfish because I'm not sharing the opportunity for other people to join this kick a group that I've created and that I'm proud of. So when you're talking about and showing and respecting privacy, but like talking about and showing all the things that are happening in your group that are exciting, people are going to be watching. And when you go to then enroll people or invite people, they're going to know what they're being invited to. They're going to know because they've been watching you how exciting your group is. It'll get easier for you to get that engagement with the people that you're inviting because they're going to see what they're jumping into, right? So sharing that, and you do, like, I'm doing this challenge, but sharing and you've done this before too. So, but sharing what people are saying to you, sharing their responses, sharing the excitement in your group. Again, you can block out, like if there's just excitement in the comments, right? Or don't show the selfie, but show their comment. Doing that screen record as you like kind of scroll through with people are comfortable with you showing them, right? But scroll through so people can see what they're being invited into, right? So I created this bod group, and like, so for those who are my Facebook group and those who are now in my bod group, I thought the transition was going to be not very good because I'm like used to Facebook. There's like, I cleared out 20 some odd messages this morning and another 30 this evening. Like, there's a ton of engagement in the bod group right now. And I'm not doing anything special in there. For anybody that's in there, there's nothing special going on in that bod group right now. And I think a lot of people actually don't mind that. Like, they just want to get in, get out, put their sweaty selfie. And I'm going to be bringing more, like I'm going to be bringing little challenges, like, share your meal, because nutrition is a struggle for the majority of my clients, but it doesn't need to be something massive with, all this stuff, all these challenges. What happens sometimes when you do that, and this is what I've found in my own business, is that then people shy away from the coaching opportunity because they think they have to devote all this extra time to that, and they don't have it. So when they see all those special, because I know some of you have said, how the heck do you come up with all those graphics and all those? I'm like, I freaking buy them, you guys. Like, I don't have time for that. Like, I don't have time. And I pre-post, but it would take me forever to pre-post everything because I was doing 3 posts a day. There's not any less engagement now in my group since I stopped doing that than there was when I was doing it. Nobody was commenting on them. So it didn't matter. It's what I've learned, right? Trial and error for me. So it's kind of like I don't always just want to rely on my existing clients. Like, imagine if I reached out to every single one of you guys, and I probably do anyway, but like relied on you guys to make my money for me. I can't anyway, because you guys are coaches. I don't make money off of you guys, but I in my mind, want to see my clients succeed, but in a way that they're comfortable. But I want to bring other people into that opportunity. And where I see myself earning the income isn't on the challenge packs and the enrollments. It's on the building my team. But I can only build my team if I'm bringing new people in, if the people I already have don't want to be a part of that coaching opportunity, right? So if I'm looking to build my business from an income perspective, which it's no surprise to all of you that I want to quit my full-time job. And not just that I want to, I've realized over the last 2 weeks that I need to. It has not been healthy for me. It has made me worse. It has made my cough worse. My doctor actually said he's pissed off with my boss. Like, it has not been good for me. So I don't just need it don't just want it. I need it. So I need to figure out how to make that work for me, because this is what brings me joy. supporting all of you guys, supporting my clients in my challenge groups, whether they're coaches or not. Like I love all of that. And I need to be able to have more time to do more of that. In order to have more time to do more of that, I have to build a team where the cycle bonuses are coming. And I don't have to stress so much about selling the challenge packs, right? I don't stress about hitting SC6. And I told Carmelina this on a call earlier. The work that you do in your business now is what's going to pay off next year at this time. So think about your best SC month. That month next year, it's going to be so much easier for you to hit SC because all of those people, or you hope they are all going to renew with challenge packs. And that's going to be all SC points. So if you're not doing the work now there because you're directing your energy to engagement and wanting your group to be good, which is great, that can bring you passion too, but you have to find that balance. So when I went to new leaders last year, they said you have to figure out that balance. And as you're building your team, it should be 80% business building activities, 20% team. And that was a reality check for me because I was spending all my time with my clients and coaches and not enough time building my business. So if you want to make the business work, it has to be 80-20, right? And you kind of have to stick with that. And then as you get higher in the business, so as you get to 5-star, 6-star, 7, 8, 9, 10, then it can be 70-30, 60-40, 50-50, right? Because you won't need to rely on the challenge packs to hit SC because you're going to have a bunch of those clients that are already there that are going to renew with challenge packs, right? And I'm talking clients, not coaches, because I can't get SC from coaches. So it's not you guys, right? But it's my clients. So think about that, right? And kind of where you, I think having a goal in terms of where you want to be in your business. Is it income driven? Is it rank driven? It doesn't have to be rank driven. Is it just, I'm just comfortable just running my challenge group? Totally cool. Totally cool. Then don't worry about the SC. But if those people peter out that are in your group now, and you have nobody else to replace them with, that joy might go. You might lose that joy because they're not showing up anymore. So think about that too, right? But don't feel like you ever have to do anything. You don't have to hit SC. You don't have to rank advance. You don't have to do any of that. It's all what you do is based on what your goals in the business are. And if you're communicating that, totally cool, right? So if you communicate to me, this is my goal for the business, I'm going to push you towards that goal. If you communicate and say, this is my goal in this business, I'm going to help you work towards that goal. Everybody's goal is different. And that's okay. That's the beauty of this business. So don't feel like you have to hit certain things, Emily. If something's bringing you joy right now, share that and the rest will come to you. It will. That was a really long-winded answer, but.
You mentioned that you were going to possibly share some more stuff about nutrition because some of your clients are wanting nutrition, and that I find is something huge in my group as well. Like more people want help with that, but I'm like, instead, like if I'm not doing it individually and checking to make sure they're tracking their nutrition or their containers, how do you do it as a group? Like this week, I've just posted breakfast ideas every morning from the Beachbody blog, but what else would you recommend?
So in the bod group, I have a file section for anybody that wants it that has sample meal plans for anybody that decides they want to use them. What I'm going to do is run challenges from time to time that are nutrition focused. So share your meals for the day, post a picture of your meal, and you'll get an entry to win a prize or whatever. I have clients like Amanda a lot will show her what she's eating. I had another client post her meal prep. And they're just doing that kind of their own accord, which it's super helpful because I think a lot of people see that Yolanda posts her smoothie bowls a lot. And so I think that's helpful too when people show that, because then people are like, oh, you can do that? Like you do that with your Recover? Like what? and then they might go start to look for that. So sometimes it happens organically. I do a lot of one-on-ones with clients who do reach out and tell me they're struggling, just to help them choose a program. But I have said from the get-go with a lot of my clients, if you're relying on me, it's not going to be sustainable. You have to develop it on your own and figure it out on your own, or you won't keep it up. Right? So I will help you choose a program, but you have to track, so I'll provide the tools and resources that you need, but you have to be on top of it, or you won't stick with it. You just won't, right? Because I can't always be there for people. I just I only have so much time. So I don't want them relying on me to check on them one-on-one, or I don't want them, right? So I can only share what I can share. The rest is on them. So I'm going to do little challenges, encourage them to share. I'm going to share more. It's just my meal. Like, I don't do fancy. It's just not my thing. I don't have time to do fancy. I don't have time to make recipes. I'm just like, today I was like, oh my God, I got to eat. And I have like omelet with mushroom and goat cheese probably 3 times a week now that I'm home, because I'm just don't have, like, I'm like, that's quick and easy. I don't have time, like, or I'll just grab like some lunch meat and cut up a couple of pieces of cheese and have some crackers and throw it on a plate, and that's my lunch. So like, I can share all of that, but it's not fancy. Like I tell people, I don't do fancy. That's just not me. Like, power to you. Yolanda makes these amazing recipes, like, and she'll share those too in our group. Like, she does these amazing fixate recipes, and I love when she shares them, because I'm like, thank you, because I'm not doing that. Or um so ask maybe some of like the people that you're closer with in the group to share too. Take some of the pressure off of you, right? So if you have coaches in the group, ask them and say, hey, can each of you guys take one day of the week and just share a meal, right? Take some of the pressure off you. Or like your mom, I'm sure your mom would do it, right? Like, so, or even just like her shake. No, she wouldn't. No. Carol.
I'm easy because my mom's easy. So I did not learn to cook from her.
But yeah, so that's an option for you too, is ask them to share. So the more people that share, the more people kind of, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I could do that. That's easy, right? People want easy. What's easy? People want easy. Share that. Don't be afraid to share things that aren't fancy, because I bet you more people can relate to like, what did she throw together for dinner tonight? Because like, I need to do that, Yeah. Does that help? Okay. Anybody else have a question or want to share? Oh my God, I'm loving this so much.
Hi.
Hi, Glendy.
Hi. I just
Guys,
want
Glendy's coming up to us all the way from Texas.
from Texas,
He's
lady.
our resident US coach.
Mm-hmm. The only one, right? I think.
No, I have another one, Talisha. She also is dealing with COVID. So
She's from Texas.
Yes.
And she's from Texas too, Ella.
Hi. No, I just wanted to say when you were talking about that, that's a great idea. The challenge that I have is that, like in my community, or my 10 people of community that I brought into the business, and just as participants, not coaches. Um, no matter, I show up every day, Tara. Honestly, girls, like I'm there every day. I'll show a video, I'll talk about a new program, I'll do a posting, cool graphics. Everybody sees everything I do, but nobody does a comment.
Yeah.
Nobody at the beginning, they would share a picture of like a weight or the program they're doing, and that is it. I'm the only one talking. Nobody's talking back to me. And this is people that I've worked with. This is people that are close to me, and that I would have thought they would be so timid on showing up and participating. So I guess I've reached out all this week. I've been reaching out to them, you know, individually, because obviously like a live does not work. I don't get any feedback. So individually I've texted them and I, you know, or called them, you know, how are you doing? What are your goals for this year? You know, where do you want to be? And what do you want to do? Can I help you choose the program? Can I help you, you know, anything you have questions with? But maybe for engagement, I will suggest this, like, hey, would you do me a favor on Monday's post, what you're eating or what your breakfast is, or also to find them accountable that they need to constantly be eating healthy, or, you know, somewhat of, and get them maybe engaged like that and start breaking the ice, because honestly this year I'm set that these things have to change. I've only been in the business for like 6 months, and I've had my up and downs, and right now I'm in my downs. And then emotionally, you know, you start self-doubting and you start feeling all sorts of moods, and then I just, you know, had to like realign myself and said, what is it that I really want to do? You know, like, am I capable of? And of course I am, and I will. But I guess finding or getting at least my community or the people close to me to do this can also prove, yeah.
She's behind you waving.
Yeah, that's Gigi. I guess, you know, just to also, so I can feel that I have some type of control if I have them, I guess, talking back to me, or, you know, finding that, you know, feedback, and also can give me a sense of more stability of what I'm doing, and have, I guess, build credibility for myself, you
Yeah.
know?
I feel all of that, Glendy, honestly, because it took, I don't know, do I have any OGs here from like when I first started my group? Probably not. It took a long time to get anybody to engage in my group. And I would go to work, and because there were work people in there, and I'd be like, guys, like, this is so frustrating. I'm in here and I'm posting and no one's engaging, and no, like, I was getting really frustrated. I have been in your headspace exactly like you say that. And I'm like, yep, I've been there, because you're like, what? It's not hard. Just post, you know, just, yeah.
To my brother, just post a picture of your tennis shoes. Just, you know, day 7 out of 10. I don't know. Gosh.
I had one client that for the longest time, she would post the sweat on her wrist because she did not want to post her face. And I was like, what are you doing? Because she would just be like, here's my sweaty selfie. It's hard. It's hard because then you're like, what am I doing wrong? Because our first thing is, what am I, the very first place we go is, what am I doing wrong? I'm not getting yeses. What am I doing wrong? They're ghosting me. What am I doing wrong? I can't hit SC. What am I doing wrong? That's the very first place we go as human beings. What, my kids aren't listening to me. What am I doing wrong? Like, happens all the time. You know, my daughter doesn't want to spend time with me. What am I doing wrong? Right? We always look internally. Sometimes it has nothing to do with us. Sometimes we have to let that go, because it has nothing, we're projecting it on ourselves, but it has nothing to do with us. In my group, all it took was one person. I don't even remember who it was, but I enrolled one person, and they just started posting. And then slowly, everybody else started posting. So yes, if you have somebody that you can say, I need you to do me a favor, can you post the meal that you eat for lunch on Monday? If they're not okay showing them and their workouts, right? A meal. Can you just post? You don't have to do a picture if you don't want to, but can you just type out, like, this is what I had for lunch on Monday?
True.
Right? Then the next person, because sometimes it's scary for people to do like a selfie. Because I used to be the one that used to judge people that did sweaty selfies and think it was really weird. Until I started doing it. And I was, oh my God, I used to laugh at people. I was so mean. And now look at me, I'm like, but it was because I wasn't seeing beyond why they were doing it. I was seeing it superficially. I was thinking they were doing it just to show themselves, until I started doing it and realized my reason for doing it. And then was like, oh, Well, I'm not doing it for that reason. So why am I thinking they do it for that reason? I shouldn't be judging them like that. That's terrible. So, so yeah, trying that and even just trying little challenges where there's a little prize. If you have like samples of something, like if you get the packages of Shakeology or if you have leftover stuff, you'd be surprised what people would do for a bag of Shakeology. Like you'd be surprised, right? Because they want it, but they either can't afford it or whatever, right? So if you got extras of stuff, give it away as a challenge. You'd be shocked how many people
Yeah.
who are already within your group who would do something for that. Yeah, Emily?
Post the sweaty selfie and you'll get a surprise. I'll put it in your mailbox.
Your name's going to be entered for a draw. Whoever posts. Yeah.
So that has really, really increased my engagement the last 2 months. I do two things. So one, yeah, with the extra product that I get, because I end up with so much. Last month I had a core challenge, and this month I have an upper body challenge because that was by request for my group. So I go into the filter section and I filter out 10 minutes. And I filter out core. So last month was core, filtered it out, and then I copied and pasted each of the core 10-minute workouts into a calendar. And then it said, here, this is your month challenge. And you are entered into a draw for every sweaty selfie that you post, right? Or if you don't feel comfortable posting your sweaty selfie, post a picture of the check mark on the calendar that you've completed, and then you'll be entered. And I found like my engagement went up so quickly by doing that. And then all the positive comments of being like, thank you for posting your sweaty selfie, made me want to post too. And then two, I asked those who are doing the same program and who would prefer to have a side group. So right now I think I have 3 ladies in one chat who are doing the same program together. So that's their little tiny challenge group. And that I found really helped those that don't like contributing on the Facebook page to at least have that engagement in a little chat.
Emily, would you be willing to share those calendars for the team?
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect.
I only have 2 right now, but yeah.
But I think that might be helpful. So if you would
That's
share
a good
anybody who
idea.
wants to be able to do that.
I warn you, they're not the most professional looking, but you're more than welcome to tweak them up.
It doesn't have to be. That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Like we want people to know that this business is duplicatable, and you don't have to have fancy graphics and fancy this and fancy that, because people look at that, they're like, there's no way I can do that. Which is one of the reasons why I stopped buying. Like I just recently bought another one. Just because nutrition is such an issue. This one, they create like meal plans and recipes and stuff. So I'm just expending that money as an expense for the business because nutrition is, like, everyone's talking about how nutrition's a struggle for them. So I bought it because I'm like, I don't have time to make it. But yeah, it doesn't have to be fancy, like, at all. It doesn't have to be. So yeah, that would be helpful. Thank you. But yeah, think of that, Glendy. Be creative, like, try new things. If something's not working, try something else. Something's not working, try something else. All it's going to take, it's just like with your coaching business, guys, all it's going to take is one person, and then everyone will be like, oh, I want to do that. It's just one. You just have to find the one, and then it'll take off. It's just finding the groove that works for your group, Glendy. But yeah, like, be proud that you have 10 people in a group, and even if they're not posting, if they're doing their workouts, then that's cool. Like, that's great. If you're messaging them and they're like, yep, still going, be proud of that. Because I bet you they're still going because they are watching you, even if they don't comment.
Yeah, Glendy, can I add to that? Like, kudos to you for having your 10. They're watching you. I'm telling you 100%. Because I have now just over 100. And I remember saying to Tara, I'm like, no one comments on my posts. Like, I don't get it. And then I feel like I'm the only one in the group just posting my post sweaty selfie. And then what's happening in my group is they're personally messaging me. So I'll in my group, I'll say, post your sweaty selfie today, or I want to see your workout, like whatever you're doing. And they won't post in the group, they'll send it to me on Messenger. So I'll get, out of the 100, Glendy, I may be getting 4 people engaging with me. So Tara even said, she goes, I've had, my group's over 200 and I have an engagement of maybe 10. So keep showing up and doing what you're doing, because they're definitely watching. It's just they think, by showing up that one time, they're going to have to show up all the time. Like that's what I'm getting from my group. And yeah, that's why I keep showing up. I'm still posting my sweaty selfies. I'm still posting my little blurbs each day because I see that people are watching. It's just they're just not comfortable for whatever reason, even though they are in a safe place. They just don't have that extra just to post it. So don't get discouraged. I know it's easy to, but don't get discouraged because I've seen your before and afters like recently. You look fantastic. Yeah, you look so good. Like I love seeing your posts. You look really good. So just keep showing up.
Yeah, consistency. This business is all about consistency. You know, the business, the journey, like it's all, you want to get results, be consistent. You want to, like in your own personal journey, you want to be consistent, or you want to get results in the business, be consistent. Like that's honestly, that's where it's at. And don't project it on you. It's so easy to, we do that. We do that. We do it as moms, we do it as women, we do it like it's so easy to project, to take it all on, right? Just to take it and just let it sit on our shoulders. But you got to just go, oh, nope, this isn't about me. I'm doing what I got to do. And it'll happen for me if I just keep showing up every day. So yeah, it'll happen. It'll happen for you.
You know you're doing the right thing when people on other people's teams are messaging you saying thank you for showing up because other people follow other coaches.
Yeah.
People follow. I get comments from other coaches, clients that say thank you so much for showing up. You're motivating me. So it might not just be your clients watching you and being motivated by you, it's other people's clients too. And they might not comment, but people are watching you. So on those days where you don't want to show up and you feel like, what's the point? Keep at it. Be as consistent as you can be because there are people out there watching and you are making an impact. So I know I do it too. Some days I get down and I'm like, no, I'm just going to show up. I'm going to do my thing. And then it might not be right away that someone's commenting, but someone may watch the story 6 hours later and be like, oh, great. Thank you for showing up. I moved today.
Right.
So just keep every single day, keep consistent. That's honestly, Tara's right. Just be as consistent as you can be.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you. Anybody else want to share? Carmelina, you're unmuted. Do you want to share something?
I was just going to say, if it makes you feel any better, out of my, I don't know, I think I have 10, 12 people, only 2 of them accepted the invite into my bod group. I can't even get them to commit to get into the bod group, but I still post every day. And if you look through, it's just me and my sweaty selfies. But one day, and I just keep sending that invite every Monday. I go into my coach office and I'm like, invite. And one day when they're bored or when they'll be like, click, they'll accept and they'll see me showing up. They follow me on Instagram, so I know they see me, but I would like to have them all in one space instead of text messages and Instagram and Messenger.
It's going to save you time.
As best as I can.
Yeah.
In those spaces, but I have to value my time too, right? Because you're trying to build a business. So it can't be every day, So I try to limit that now. And one day they will accept my invite and they will all be in one place and they will, but yeah. So if that makes me feel better, I can't even get them all in one place.
If you go into my Facebook group and scroll down, it'll take a while because it's been there for a while, but if you can somehow get to the very start of my Facebook group, honestly, or even just check the photos, it's going to be me, some weird quote. So some really bad picture, on seriously, that was the beginning of my group. It's come a long way. So just think about maybe how hard it was for you to post, or how hard it was for you to do something initially. How hard was it for you to say yes? How long did it take you to start sharing your journey? And that might help you appreciate where other people are at in theirs. Because I didn't post in Jer and Shalene's group ever. I don't even post in it now. I think only one challenge group they ran did I ever post. Unless I was running a group with Shalene. So another thing to think about is pair up. Find somebody, pair up and run a group with them. because then you're going to have your clients and their clients. And if their clients engage, maybe it'll get your clients to engage, right? That's that can be helpful too, and it's half the work for you, because then you're only posting on certain days, or so think about that too. And then if nobody's clients posts, at least you have one other person posting a picture in there, the person who's running the group with you. So think about that too. That's an option too. So, okay, I am mindful of your time, you guys. I'm happy I could sit here all night, but unless anybody else wants to share, I can let you go. But I loved this, guys. Thank you. Thank you for joining me and for being part of this. And yeah, my heart
Thanks
is
for introducing this to all of us.
Yeah, my gosh. My heart is so full, you guys, like really full this week, which I needed. So thank you for helping me round out a week. A week. I couldn't have ended it in a better way. So thank you all. Oh, I don't want to go because I just love spending time with you guys. Thank you guys. I will share the call. I'll share the recording. I'll put it in the team page as well. So if you have coaches that you want to watch it, you can share it with them too, or just tag them in the team page. But let's get 2021, you guys. Let's make this our year. And I'm here for any one of you guys for, don't feel like if you're struggling, don't sit in it. Share away, because sometimes somebody can say one thing. It doesn't even have to be me. It can be any one of the other coaches. Drop it in the chat. Because if you're going through it, chances are somebody else is too. So I just would love to see all of you guys see all of, your dreams and goals and all those kind of things come true for you. So thank you. Thanks, Rose. Yeah, that's the great thing about jumping on these calls is so many people have different ways of doing things. And you're like, oh, I didn't even think of that. Like, what a great idea. So yeah, thank you. Okay. Love you all. Have a good night.